All right, 8th graders, this is to help you with question 5 on CR 11. So the rectangle has a width of 3/4 inches. The length of the rectangle is 1 1/4 inches. If the width is enlarged to 60 inches, what is the length of the new rectangle? All right, I love that your teachers put this on your CR because at the 8th grade level, you're going to learn about a transformation called a dilation, in which we blow up a figure. And so this 7th grade skill from last year, you're going to need once you start in on dilations. So this is a great question. So a rectangle has a width of 3/4 inches. It has a length of 1 1/4 inches. If the width is enlarged to 60 inches, what is the new length? All right, so I could set up a ratio here. I could do width over length. And on one side, I could do my original width over my original length. Then on this side, I could look for my new width. Oops, sorry, my new width over my new length. So on this side would be the new width over the new length. So let's take a look at our original width. Our original width was 3/4 inches. The original length was 1 1/4 inches. And we're given the new width. The new width is 60 inches. We don't know the new length. That's what we're looking for. So we got to figure out 3/4 times what gets me to 60. Well, gosh, if I have to do 3/4 times some number gets me to 60, so I figure out what I have to multiply the original length by also. 3/4 times what gives me 60? Oh, I could take 60 and divide by 3/4. 60 divided by 3/4 will tell me what I have to multiply that 3/4 by to get to 60. 3/4 of what number gets me to 60? So my final answer better be bigger than 60 because 3/4 of some number gets me back to 60. So we can use our standard algorithm. 60 is the same as 60 over 1. We could change our division to multiplication, and we can flip our second fraction to make it 4/3. I know some of you like to find common denominators and then divide straight across the top, straight across the bottom. That's also a fine option. I can show that in a minute if you want. But I use the standard algorithm. 60 over 1, change my division to multiplication, flip over that second fraction. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. Or I could simplify first. I could divide 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 60 20 times. But I'll multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 60 times 4, well, 6 times 4 is 24. So 60 times 4 is 240. 1 times 3 is 3. So that's 240 divided by 3. What's 240 divided by 3? Well, 24 divided by 3 is 8. So 240 divided by 3 is 80. That means we're going to multiply 3/4 by 80 to get 60. 60 is 3/4 of 80. All right. You know me, I love visuals. So if I have 80 broken into fourths, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I have a total of 80, and I'm breaking that into 3/4, right? So if I had 4/4 total, 20, 40, 60, 80. And 3 out of those 4 parts is 60. So that's another way to look at this. All right, so if I'm going to multiply the numerator by 80, I better multiply the denominator by 80. So 1 1/4 times 80. Again, down at my scrap work, if I take 1 1/4 times 80, I'm going to use the standard algorithm, so I'm going to convert this mixed number to an improper fraction. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 more is 5/4 times 80. For those of you who aren't convinced that 1 1/4 is 5/4, we have one whole circle and 1/4 of another circle. If I break that whole circle into fourths, I truly do have, that's not very good division, but I truly do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/4 running around. All right, so 5/4 times 80, put the 80 over 1. I could multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. I could choose to simplify first, but I won't. 5 times 80, well, 5 times 8 is 40. So 5 times 80 is 400. Over 4 times 1 is 4. 400 divided by 4 is 100. So my new length must be 100. So if I have 1 1/4 times 80, well, again, if I'm looking at 80, I know I'm breaking it into fourths. And I have, this is one whole rectangle and 1/4 of another rectangle. And I know I have 20, 40, 60, 80. Each fourth was 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. It's just another visual to get you there. All right, so what's my new length? My new length is 100 inches. I just had to double check what the enlarged figure was. So that would be 100 inches. I hope that helps. I know that's a lot of info. Alrighty. Try to have a good day.